Hey there, everyone. So I went out shopping today. It's Sunday. Need to get groceries and stuff like that. Went to Best Buy. Found something that I haven't seen personally in years. It's one of the Panini brand. I think I'm pretty sure that's Panini, but uh, one of the sticker books. Where I don't know. I grew up with these things. I had tons and tons of these when I was a kid. Usually for baseball, for some movies and stuff like that too. Basically, if you're not familiar with them, I'm a child of the '80s and early '90s, and there were there were these things for everything. But pretty much you get these packets of stickers, and then there are spots in the book where you peel the stickers and you put them in there. And I don't think I ever completed one or had to like write in, and you could. It comes with an order form. Actually, the book does, so you can get the stickers you're missing. Um, I haven't seen these in years. I don't remember the last time I saw one of these, and I have no idea where the ones I had were are. And it's kind of neat. Apparently, they have some for one for Cars and Frog Princess and some other ones. One of the big things that I noticed different about this one than the ones that I had is most of the stickers have like a shape. Usually, what I was used to is everything was square. I haven't opened this up yet. It was only $1, which I thought was pretty cool too. So I picked that up. I wasn't going to, but it was only $1. You can get more sticker packs for $1. I probably won't get any more, but just reliving a piece of my childhood past, and that sort of is a good segue into talking about the subject of this one too. Toy Story 3. So it's actually been about a week since I saw it, and I have to say it was fantastic. I really really liked it a lot, and I think just in terms of movie trilogies, it's probably the best trilogy ever. I'm just gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that apologetically at all because I really think it is. I think it's so consistently good and so consistently well made and voice acted and designs and plot and everything like that. And it's kind of neat when you look at it in the three movies. It's Toy Story, but it's really at the same time kind of like the story of toys, where you have each movie is it in and of itself a story. It's a segment of more or less the life of a toy. If they were sentient beings or whatever, basically, starts out the first one, Buzz Lightyear is a brand new toy coming to grips with the fact that he's not really a space ranger, that he's a toy. He's a child's plaything. The second one is looking at toys in the realm of collectors, toys that never get played with, toys that aren't that are just kept in the box and they're up on a shelf and something wonderful to and that's not really what their purpose is. And then the last one is what happens when the owner outgrows the toys. And so it's such a conducive single storyline. It's not just these are the toys, these are these characters doing something. Even though they're very good, I haven't seen the first two in a while, and I probably the next time I will see them is inevitably when they release the big giant box set DVD. Well, Blu-ray. I'm getting it on Blu-ray. I have a PlayStation 3, so and Pixar movies look fantastic on Blu-ray. I actually just finished watching Monsters Inc., which I haven't seen in a while. I just bought that today, the same time that I bought this. Um, sort of. I guess I don't want to get too much into like spoiler type things. I don't know how much I'm really going to talk about. I don't know how much there's really to be said about Toy Story 3 that hasn't already been said by somebody else. I mean, it's just really enjoyable. I went in with the expectation of, because my dad told me that it was a tearjerker, so I was like, I wasn't sure what point to be expecting that, and it was one segment that I thought it was, but the movie still had like another 15, 20 minutes, I think, after that point. It's, I mean, I think one of the complaints that I saw somewhere with it was like, it doesn't look that much better. Pixar can make things look so much better, but that's, if they really changed, if they updated it to where they're at now, and I mean, it looks fantastically better, I think, from what I remember from the first one, and I know I saw the first and the second one in theaters 15 years ago or whatever it is. I mean, technology changes in 15 years, but I mean, if they tried to make them look completely new, completely polished, it wouldn't look right because these are characters that we're familiar with, that we know. and if they didn't look right, it wouldn't be right. Just trying to think of some major points. I mean, it's just, again, I don't. I mean, if you've read a review of it, the one thing too is that one guy, I forget what the one guy that wrote like the incredibly negative review that was wrong, and there were a couple other like negative reviews that I saw on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's just to the point of haters gonna hate. You know, I don't see how somebody could hate this movie. I don't see how anybody could hate pretty much any Pixar movie that I've. The only one of their movies that I don't think I've seen is, the only one that I haven't seen is A Bug's Life. That's the only Pixar movie that I don't think I've seen. And outside, I mean, like maybe Cars. That's I don't think that's their best one, but it's so creative, so well written. I mean it, and if it doesn't affect you emotionally, there's something wrong with you. I think that's the one. If it's not, I mean, because it's really meant, it's they're characters that you can relate to, and you sort of because I mean, what kid hasn't thought about their toys being alive? And I think that it's taking that and running with it, and then looking at basically the psychology of what that means. And this really isn't a kids movie either. I don't think any of it. It's kind of like Harry Potter in that way. The first one, second one, and third one. You have to have a certain experience to really relate to what's going on. And this one's pretty freaking dark too. That's the other thing. And there were some kids, younger kids in the theater, and it's just that's my biggest problem with Americans is the impression that people from my own country, in terms of animation, is people think animation is for kids, and because it's about toys, it's for kids, and it's I don't think it's necessarily even marketed directly towards kids, but it's not for kids. It's for it's for the people that were kids when the first Toy Story movie came out. If you're 15 years older, Andy's like 6 in that one, and this one he's however many years older, and that's the same sort of experience because it's something that you relate to the characters at their point in their life. And I mean, I'm 10 years older than Andy is in this movie, but I remember 10 years ago. I remember that same sort of a thing. I think it's really good. I mean, it's just, if you haven't seen it, you should. And I'm going to be looking forward to the day when I have all 3 of these movies on Blu-ray and I can watch them all 3 in a row and just experience all of that in one package. And I suggest everyone watch this. I would probably say it's probably even a good idea to rewatch the first 2 before you see it. I didn't do it because I don't have the first 2 on Blu-ray or DVD. I know my parents do. I think they're technically mine, but they have them at home 110 miles away, so I wasn't able to watch them. But I think this is, and again, I'm just going to repeat this, the best trilogy ever. It never jumps the shark as far as I'm concerned. It maybe gets... people have such a different, varying degree of what it means to jump the shark, and I don't think this does. I think it stays very true to what they're trying to do the entire time, and this is the first one I think that has a different director, which is probably why it's darker, but it's a good... I think it's the right direction to take it in. I mean, it's just like how the Harry Potter series is. I'm referencing that again, but it's a very similar sort of thing. It's the child becoming older. It's the toys becoming older. That's just what I think. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I am. Thanks for watching. That's all I gotta say. I wish I could say more, but I can't necessarily remember anything more. And again, I can't think of anything that somebody else hasn't said and can probably say better than I can. So I hope I didn't waste, let's see what the timer says on the, about 9 3/4 minutes of your life. So, see ya.